Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card reading, we're going to do our usual monthly reading. What are you manifesting? March 2025 predictions, energy reading. By the way, I just received a message, an email. So this is a message also for you guys. When this happens on camera is because you're about to receive some good news or some emails, regardless of even the pile that you're going to choose. So that's the first message right there. Thank you so much for sticking around. Like I said, if you're interested in this sort of readings and energy checks, you can subscribe, and so you don't miss every month my pick a card readings on this channel. If you want to know more about manifestation, I do have a channel dedicated to esotericism in manifestation. It's called Nea. We recently reached 100,000 subscribers, so join the community up there because obviously over there I post much more frequently. Now, I apologize for my nose. I've been sick because my daughter started nursery, and this is just what happens. We're all sick, but manifesting it away. So I apologize if my voice is a little bit funny for today's video, but I'm trying my best. And yeah, remember, extra content, private readings, everything that it is extra or private services, you find everything in the description box down below. I have a Ko-Fi shop for private services and obviously a Patreon for extra content. So with that out of the way, please go ahead, and I'm going to insert the cards that you can choose from on the screen while I'm talking. Pause the video if you need, so you can meditate on the cards. You're not in a rush. I mean, you can pause, you can slow down the video, you can do whatever you want, but choose between pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. The timestamps that will take you to your readings are going to be down below and in the comment section. So I'm going to see you for your reading in just a second. All right, pile number 1, welcome to your reading for March 2025. What are you manifesting? Psychic prediction. So you chose the broom. Isn't that like super lovely? Obviously, I'm gonna say the obvious. The broom reminds me that you need some sort of cleaning, whether this is an energy cleaning or cleansing, whether it is things that you need to get rid of, or maybe it could be something as simple as decluttering or just analyzing better your style, what really you love and you want to keep, what you want to give away. And sometimes this helps in manifestation because I feel that people in general, they are so focused on the methods, the scripting, the visualization, the affirmations, but they fail to understand that in order to manifest whatever it is that you want, you need to become the person that already has it. You need to sit into that state of the person that has it. And sometimes the subconscious is triggered by simple acts of faith. So for example, decluttering, becoming the person that already has whatever it is that you want by dressing like that kind of person, by moving like that kind of person, like by talking, by changing the way you go to work every single morning. Like these little small things that people never do for the majority of the time are the ones that actually do make you shift in that state of consciousness, and they do impress the subconscious mind. So if you have ever thought about, if you have ever thought, especially in the month of February, now ending, and then in the month of March, I need to change something. I feel I cannot get this manifestation because I am not really resonating with the version of me that would have this manifestation, being love, money, or whatever that might be. Just do it. Just change something within yourself. That doesn't mean that you are going to change 100% who you are. Sometimes it's even more stepping into your authenticity. I feel that because of society and programming that we are constantly fed, especially through social media, TV, or whatever, music even, we struggle to see who we really are. And sometimes all that it takes is just to take away the layers. And so when you do this kind of work, you're becoming even more authentic yourself, or you're discovering parts of yourself that are lost or you didn't know were there. And that ultimately will also help you out manifesting. Because remember, the version of you that has what you want already exists in the quantum field, already exists in the infinite possibilities and reality. You have to become that person because everything comes from your consciousness. It's not the opposite way around where you wait something to happen on the 3D, even though it looks like that, but you don't wait for anything to happen in the 3D. You change your state and then the 3D conforms accordingly to this change. Is the law of cause and effect, but the cause is your consciousness. So with the broom, if it is time for you to again declutter, find better your authentic self, get rid of things, relationship, friendship, or just a way of being, changing even your looks. This can be fun. Manifestation is not a sprint, it's not a chore, it's not a dreadful journey towards finally the thing that you want and finally being happy. Manifestation is a journey of joy, self-discovery, and growth, and it should be fun to do all of this while your manifestation is unfolding. So also remember, pound number one, to not taking for granted like each and every day, and not taking for granted that this should be a fun process and it shouldn't feel like a burden or homework or like chores. Sorry, my voice is so terrible today. A witch knows walking away from conflict. I told you, like, you're walking away from something. Sorry for the focus. Let me read it first. Is often a greater display of magical power. Okay. So oftentimes, I mean, this is a witch dedicated deck, but I think there is a witch inside all of us. We are all magical, and I do believe that we're all special. I don't care what anybody says. Everybody, if I would interview people on the street, I could make a movie of every single life. No matter how much they think they're boring, everybody's got something to say. Everybody's got a story to tell, especially when they're being authentic and they don't do the things that other people told them to do when they're true. And everybody can be authentic. So with that being said, there's a witch inside of all of us, and that's why I love this deck. There is power within all of us, and a witch is nothing but a wise one, a person full of knowledge and wisdom and in a path of self-growth and self-discovery. That's at least how I see it. I don't see it as anything evil or demonic, of course. And so this message leads me, pound number one, to say that not only you're getting rid of things that are not authentic to yourself, you're discovering yourself, but I feel that something must have happened in your life that made you reprioritize things in general, or definitely it's going to happen in the month of March, where you're picking up your fights. Sometimes bad things happen in our life that are so tragic and dramatic that made us realize why people are fighting for something so trivial that it doesn't even matter. We should be blessed every single day that we are alive. We are in privileged countries for the majority of us. We have food, water, and we can think about things that actually do not matter that much in the greater scheme of things. And so when something tragic or dramatic happened in your life, I think you're much more able to pick up your fights and to learn what it's worth to fight and what should be left, because there is absolutely no point. And I think in the month of March 2025, pound number one, you are achieving this awareness where you're just not gonna fight anymore with people that are not worth it of your energy. You're just, like I said, you're gonna pick your fights, because some things do matter and some others don't. And like I said, they're just a waste of your energy, and you need that energy. You need that energy to manifest. You need that energy for yourself, for the people that you love. You just need that energy, and you're not willing to sacrifice it for other people anymore, or for fights that do not matter, like I said. So that's very interesting. Let's see the tarot now. You have the Hanged Man, which in this particular deck is the Blasted Hawk, number 16. Yeah, it's a lot about letting go. And then beautiful, we have the Nine of Cups, the Generosity card. I love this card. I love the yellow and the creativity and the positivity that it emanates. We're going to look into it in just a second. And then we also have another 9, so double 9 might be a number in the month of March to pay attention to. We have the 9 of Arrows, the dedication and perseverance. But this is also a card, if it just focus, this is also a card of resistance. So let's talk about it for a second. Let's talk about the obvious first, the Hanged Man. The message of the Hanged Man, I cannot stress this enough, is to find enlightenment by letting go. The Hanged Man is happy even when things are upside down. The Hanged Man lesson is you realize that you are your own balance and your own center, and no matter how much chaos is going on around you, the real control is to be still, to see things from a third perspective and to pick your fights to pick your thoughts, because you do not have to emotionally react to everything that gives your power away, and you do not have to follow every thought that your mind gives you. You are the observer. You have, in this sense, the free will to choose your thoughts, and that is your greatest power. I'm going to make a video actually about this on my other channel in case you guys are interested. And obviously the Ain Man teaches us that sometimes it's good to walk away. Sometimes the only thing that you could do is to release that control in order to get what you want, which you will, by the way, with the Nine of Cups. So if you want a straightforward prediction on, will I get my manifestation in the month of March, most likely you're definitely going to have very good news and a sense of accomplishment with the Nine of Cups. But first, there is a letting go that has to happen. I mean, I heard briefly that astrologically the month of March is going to be chaos. I don't remember exactly what planet are doing whatever it is that they've been doing. I think there is going to be a Venus retrograde and a Mars, no, sorry, not a Mars, a Mercury retrograde. I do not follow too much the transit, but if you have Venus that is very strong in your chart, pile number one, I'm probably going to say this for every single pile. Listen and hear me out. I had a bad experience with Venus retrograde when it happened to me, because I'm a Taurus and I have a lot of strong Venus placements. So for me, it's a moment where it's time for a holiday when Venus is retrograde. I'm telling you, if you're a Taurus or have strong Venus placement, pile number one, take that Hangman card and take it literally. Do not change. It's like, think about the change that you want to make. So yes, you can declutter. Do not throw things away just yet. Put them away. Like, for example, pile number one, this is going to be a very long reading. I apologize about that. But let's say that you know you want a new style. You know that there are certain things that need to change. Fine. You do the decluttering, you start becoming the new person, but then you put in a box the things that you want to get rid of, and they stay there for a month until Venus goes direct again, or Mercury goes direct again. Because sometimes I did this, I throw things away and I rebought them, because then I realized I actually wanted them, I love them, and I need them. You don't want to make that mistake, especially not in Venus retrograde if Venus is very strong for you. You do not want to break up in relationship just yet. I mean, you can reevaluate. This is a challenging transit for relationship, and it is a challenging transit for people that are ruled by Venus. I cannot stress this enough. It might feel you might have reconsiderations about your relationship. That's all good and fine. I'm not suggesting to leave just now. You might just be under the influence of Venus retrograde. So make the consideration. Make the adjustments in your head. Do the vision board. Do the Pinterest board about the new looks that you want to see. Make a list of who this new person that you want to embrace is. Do all of that inner work and take small actions. Then by the end of March, if I'm correct, the beginning of April, then the Venus is going to go direct again. And then you're going to have Mercury retrograde direct again. You can communicate. So if it's time to leave a relationship, you'll do it back then. If it is, maybe it's not time to leave the relationship, by the way, we're going to see. You know what I mean? Then you book the hairdresser and you change actually the hair or whatever it is. Then you get rid of the stuff. Wait for the transit to be over. I'm no astrologer. I mean, I'm very good at astrology actually, but I'm no astrologer. But according to my personal experience, being somebody that is ruled by Venus, that's what I would do. Because it can really fuck up, it can really over if you take irrational decision while this transit is going on. But obviously you're the creator of your reality. Like sometimes I don't even notice that it's Mercury retrograde because I'm manifesting no matter what. But I think it's worth mentioning if you resonate with astrology. Besides that, so we know that in the month of March, this is going to be, I wouldn't necessarily say, pile number one, a difficult month, but this is a month of release for sure. But like I said, we do have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Arrows. If you dedicate yourself to this inner work in the month of March with that the Nine of Arrows, which is the dedication card, and therefore you shed away the unauthenticity, you peel away like an onion, all those layers that are not part of you anymore, then you're going to feel so contented. I feel that this particular Nine of Cups represents manifestation. not only because of the Nine of Cups in and of itself, but because this man is meditating. His eyes are closed. He can't see the 3D, but he's smiling and he's radiating this joy, and his energy is making the manifestation coming true. That is manifestation. So because you're changing the within, your energy is vibrating in the month of March despite the chaos and the challenges in such a strong and profound way that by the end of March, like I said, you're going to see the results of that. You're going to actually be aware of that law of cause and effect. The cause is within me, is within my consciousness. Wow, what a long reading. Now, I have actually 2 oracle cards for you guys, so let's figure it out together. You got a lot of yellow, a lot of orange. It's very interesting that I've been connecting to this color lately, which is also the color of my aura last time that I checked. Maybe is yours as well. We got the inner strength. We got the dragon over here and the warrior, the dragon warrior. You're finding your strength by releasing. I mean, sometimes less is really more. And I will also say and argue that less is stronger. Many people are very oriented in the society in moving, doing. I'm definitely like that. You probably are like that too. And there is a lot of strength in that because you want to move forward. You keep going towards your goal. You got that inner strength. But at the same time, the best thing that you can do sometimes is just going within and changing the within and then taking those action, which are going to be much more effective. The person that I heard this from for the first time was Abraham Hicks. She used to say, instead of doing many actions towards your goal, what is more important is to find alignment first. And then you will see other people taking so many action and you will feel like you're left out and you should hurry, and you should do it right now. But that is the voice of the ego. But instead, if you really focus on alignment, inner strength, and change the within, that one action that you're going to do is going to push you so much further than the 10 or 20 action that other people are doing out of alignment. And I 100% agree with that because I experienced that in my own life, pile number 1. So alignment first, and I think in March 2025, Spirit is advising you to work on that, to work on your inner strength, your perseveration, and your self-concept more than anything, without giving you any limiting beliefs, but that's the message that I'm getting. And then we have another Nine of Cups in a way, because we do have the card of the wish. This card does represent your wish fulfilled. So pile number 1, what are you manifesting in the month of March? I am not seeing that your total 100% manifestation is going to come in March. I will be lying if I would say that. But I am seeing that by the month of April, you will start seeing your wish fulfilled. Whatever that might be does not matter. Circumstances don't matter. And in the month of March, I see all the inner work that leads you there. And you, in April, understanding again, I'm going to say it again, the law of cause and effect. And truly, because if you hear something from somebody, even somebody that you trust on YouTube, like me, but anybody, right? Telling you these things, you understand them, but it's not going to be a deep lesson that you learned. But once it happens in your experience, you know. And usually you go back to the person, you're like, now I know what you mean. Isn't that wonderful? When you get that feeling of true awareness and deep wisdom. Wisdom is made by experience. Knowledge is made by experience. Your real guru is your experience. So with that being said, prepare yourself, because yes, you will get your manifestation. 100% you're on the right path if you want to know that. But this reading is not just about that. This is your reading where I'm telling you and Spirit wants you to know that March is your month of inner work. However, it's also your month of realization of the law of cause and effect, and the fact that the cause is truly is your consciousness and nothing else. Okay, pile number one, I hope this reading resonated with you and made sense. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you next month with another reading on this channel. Love you guys. Hello, pile number two, and welcome to your reading for March 2025. What are you manifesting prediction? So let's get started. So you chose the candle. I love that. There is definitely, I feel this card inspires me new beginnings. Maybe you're also a witch, you're doing some candle magic spells. That could be good for you if you're doing them. I can't do them anymore with a baby, but they were definitely my favorite back in the days. But besides that, I really feel that March is going to be your month for new beginnings. So let's see the message. Light an extra candle. Sprinkle some more salt. Sometimes results take more effort. Let's talk about it. I don't necessarily believe that manifestation comes when you put more effort. I actually am a believer that manifestation should be effortless. But what I think is the message of this card, regardless of how it is, said, it's the fact that do that extra spell. Sparkle that little salt. Do that extra affirmation. Put a little bit more work into it. Persevere. It's gonna happen. That's what they're trying to tell you. Now, I said it even for pile number one. I saw you have to hold my back with the chair sometimes because it hurts. I said it for pile number one. March is a difficult month, especially if you look into the astrology. I do not follow the transit to a T. I do believe that we are the creator of our reality despite what the planets are doing up there. But I do believe that sometimes when you feel it intuitionally, you got to pay attention. Because one of the laws of this universe is not just the law of assumption. So what is within is without. But it's also what's above is below. As above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is always connected. And what astrology does, even though, like I said, I do not follow it to the T, but it's a pseudoscience, but it is a science of observation. For thousands and thousands of years, human beings that have followed astrology have observed what? They have observed that every time the Mercury was retrograde, something was happening down below. And there were so many people resonating with this and so many correspondences. Now, sometimes correspondences are not accurate, and I'm going to tell you when they're not accurate. The more, pile number two, you raise your vibration, I know, but it's true. The more you raise your vibration, the more you are aware of your thoughts, especially, and the more you understand that you are the observer of your own thoughts and you pick them up, the ones that you want, and you are very trained in this mental diet, in this focus of thoughts, the less you're affected by the above, because you become so aligned with your higher self that lives in a fourth dimensional state. So a state where it can see it all, can see past and present and future at the same time. Then the transit don't really hurt you that bad anymore. However, for the general public, the month of March, it is a difficult month because we got Mercury is finally direct again, thank the Lord, thank the source energy. But then we have Mercury retrograde, which I tend to ignore. But then we have Venus retrograde. And if you do have very strong Venus placements, be careful. This is a month to really pick up your fights, like I said, for pile number one. Don't make any irrational decision, but rather observe, reflect, and think about the action that you want to do in the month of April. Wait for April to do them, for the most part, especially actions that are related to love and romantic relationships, partnerships, beauty, and appearance. There, I said it. With that being said, therefore, for you specifically, pile number two, besides the fact that you might follow astrology or not, light that extra candle, sprinkle that little salt. I'm a super lazy witch, like I'm telling you. I have been procrastinating going for supplies for a month and a half. Today I'm gonna go. I gotta sprinkle that salt. I gotta purify the house. I gotta light that extra candle. Do not be lazy, because those things do matter when it comes down to what you are attracting, manifesting, or even sometimes rituals I do believe that they affect your energy, but I also do believe, pile number 2, that they affect your energy out of a logical reason that has to do with the subconscious mind. When you do a ritual, your subconscious mind is more hypnotized. When the subconscious mind, when you hypnotize yourself and you enter deeply into the subconscious, you manifest faster. That's why I'm such a huge fan of hypnosis. It is the fastest way to manifest, because it is the fastest way, in my humble opinion, to imprint your subconscious mind. But not everybody can have access to hypnosis or a good hypnotherapy that believes in manifestation. I have no hypnotherapy myself. I actually do want to study to become an hypnotherapist, and it's one of the goals. But besides that, so I do understand it's not accessible to everyone. But you have other things to hypnotize yourself, and rituals are a part of that. Human beings have used rituals for the longest time to imprint the subconscious. Seriously, that's all there is to it. There is anthropological studies about how rituals do create a sort of placebo effect, a sort of imprint in the subconscious. So if you do resonate with that modality of spells and rituals, acts and routines even, it doesn't have to be a spell, pile number 2, it can be just a routine. I resonate a lot with routines because I'm very structured. So for me, doing the same routine every single morning make me manifest so fast, more than anything else in my life, because that's a ritual, right? So do them in the month of March. Create a ritual, whatever that might be for you. Create a routine and stick to that protocol long enough to see results, and you'll see them. Pile number 2. Trust me, that's a message. So this is going to be very long readings today, but let's see the tarot now. See, interesting. I need to show you this. Ace of Boughs, Aries, Leo, or Sag, the spark of life. Look at these cards. I don't know, but they give me off the same kind of vibe. This is a light. This is a candle. I said a new beginning, and with the same element of fire that you have chosen subconsciously, we have the Ace of Wands, a new beginning for you in the month of March. A passionate one, the fire. Something in the month of March, pile number 2, is sparking joy in your life. This might be a hobby that you're taking back again. This might be something that you're doing for yourself, a ritual that you're following. This might be new love even coming up in your life, unexpectedly, I would say, in the month of March. Some passion being regained between you and a specific person, depending on your case. Obviously, these readings are general. Take only what resonates with you. But there is some new beginning that you wanted to manifest that it's coming in March. The only thing that I want you to do when this new beginning is going to happen, because it is going to happen, is to be mindful of the period that you're in. Look at it, be grateful, go for it. But at the same time, with the King of Arrows, follow your intuition. Fly freely and don't get stuck by anything or by the moment. Flow freely. Also, the King of Arrows is a card that represents men, a very honest man in your life. This could be anybody. This is a judge, so I'm going to be more specific now for some people that need to hear this. If you had any torment, I would say, or any problem with the law, or any problem with a court case or anything like that, I am seeing that you are gonna come triumphant. You, the judge, because the King of Arrows traditionally represents a judge, so I gotta be specific for this one. If you are in any of the situation, the judge is going to rule in your favor. So do not feed fears. From the other versions of you for other people, the King of Arrows represents an honest man. Now, this doesn't have to be in love, even though it could be that somebody loves you. And actually, in the month of March, you will realize either you'll be reunited with this specific person, or despite the chaos that Venus retrograde causes in relationship, you will realize that this person never cheated on you. This person is very honest, is very loyal, and is very authentic. So you should be grateful to have this person and to have this person back into your life in the month of March. And so actually, despite the challenges of month of March, you are going to be reunited together right in this month. I apologize. Oh God. But also the King of Arrows for you, pile number 2, represents sincerity and authenticity throughout the month, and you being very clear about what you want and how you want it down. And you, especially in terms of career or things that you want to achieve, pile number 2, you initiating this new beginning in the month of March for yourself. Just be mindful of the transits, like I said, and follow your intuition throughout the month, and you're going to be fine. Then I'm also seeing the Page of Vessels, which does indicate an offer that comes through for you in the month of March. This offer could definitely be a new love, could be a message coming through if you have been manifesting a specific person. In general, it's a loving offer of peace, of new beginnings, of dating, of I want to take you out, I want to spoil you, come on, let's get together. In terms of personal career and personal life, you could say, or your personal goals, this is opportunities coming for you in the month of March. People see you beautiful, people are attracted to you in the month of March. You might see small little opportunities popping up in the month of March. Nothing major, nothing life-changing, but it's those little things that come your way that eventually in the long run they build the bigger success. So take them. Do not ignore these little opportunities, because little by little you're climbing the ladder. Little by little you are going to be up on top. So with that being said, let's look at the oracle. You have the card of the blue moon. That's a very interesting card for you, pile number 2. Check your health if you have to. Maybe some general blood test. I don't know why, but I am picking on the vibe for you, pile number 2. If you are in a stable relationship, or even if you're not, you might be pregnant. And if you are pregnant, it is a girl. Congratulations. I know this is very specific. And I'm hearing again, pile number 2, this month is all about your intuition. Even the opportunities that are going to come your way, they have to do with you following your intuition. About just anything, about investment that you're doing with your money, about the way you behave, the way you are investing your energy. The blue moon has a lot to do with unexpected events that stem from your intuition. So maybe you have done this work even before in the last month. There is something that you've been following that you are the only one that is saying that is right for you, and that is and it's gonna work. But it's going to work in unexpected ways. And you had a vision, pile number 2, I'm seeing, of some sort that nobody understood, but when it's gonna work, people are gonna be like, oh, you were right. And that is the blue moon quality. You're visionary, you're special in that way. You see things and you see pathways where others will only see dust. Very, very interesting. And this is another message for you all to stick to your intuition, especially in the month of March, which, if I'm correct, is also the month of Pisces, which makes a lot of sense with the movement and intuition and tuning in with your higher self. Okay, it's a lot of blue, in fact, as a color. There's a lot of blue and green actually in the entirety of your reading. These colors are connected to the throat chakra and the heart chakra, so they have to be a lot with sincerity, with communicating sincerely what you want, and following your heart and following your intuition. All right, so this is what I see for you, pile number 2. I hope this reading resonated with you and made sense. Remember, private readings are down below, and I'm going to see you next month for another monthly prediction. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading, your March 2025 monthly prediction. What are you manifesting? I remember to you all, guys, that for private readings, the link are down below. But now let's get started. You chose the hands joined together. So this is definitely for me a message of transformation for you, and then joining forces with someone or having a reconciliation of some sort. I feel loving vibes from this particular pile, but let me read the message first. The world will, the world will is redefined in modern witchcraft as willing to be of service. So that's very interesting. What an interesting message. There is this knowledge, this way of saying in witchcraft or in esotericism actually, that do what thou will. This has been created as a motto by Aleister Crowley. I have a video on Aleister Crowley on my channel. If you guys don't know who he is, if you want to read it, if you are into the esoterica, you must know who is Aleister Crowley. And I do agree. I mean, the idea of will in general, according to Crowley, is one of his most interesting ideas, to be honest, and the one that I resonate the most. What he meant a lot of things. It's very difficult to summarize in just one sentence, but what he meant at the core is the fact that each and every one of us has a specific, I wouldn't even say purpose, but has a blueprint, has a very unique energy, and the unfoldment of this energy is your will. The testament of this will is your life, and the fact that your life should be lived authentically, and the will should always be under love, because love is the law. Love is the highest energy of all, and this is why the reframing of this particular knowledge is to be willing, is to give your service. So what does it mean for you? Pile number 3. Oftentimes we think, how can I achieve this? How can I be with my specific person or be in a romantic relationship? How can I be successful? How can I even be famous? How can I have a lot of money? And so on and so forth. There is nothing wrong with this, and you can manifest it in the moment that you desire it. You can have it. You desire it for a reason. Now, it's not true that you need to give other people things in order to obtain them. Otherwise, if it would be like this, the world wouldn't spin in the way that it does. A lot of selfish people do get what they want because it has to do with their beliefs and their assumption. However, what I noticed, pile number 3, in my life is when because it depends also on person to person, but when I am less selfish and I do think about the greater picture, which could just be like, I'm not making this video because I want to make money. Actually, I don't make any money from this YouTube channel. I am making this video because I love tarot reading. This is selfish, isn't it? I love tarot reading. But at the same time, my love for tarot reading, which is genuine and authentic, creates a product, creates a video that can help many people indirectly. That is being willing. That is to follow your will. So you don't necessarily and consciously have to think about, how can I help other people? I mean, you can if you want to, but sometimes this is not the process that is going to lead you to your abundance, because we're all connected. It's more about becoming your authentic self, and by doing what is authentic to you, actually, you do create a service for other people. And I think a lot of people in the spiritual community do not explain it in this way, and that's why they get it wrong. The only person that fully understood this is Aleister Crowley. Even though I do not like everything that he taught, I actually think it's dangerous for the most part, and he had a very chaotic life. But on this concept of the will, spot on, 100% right. And a lot of people in the esoterica that have studied this material, they understand this concept of will. But in the New Age spiritual community, it always gets misunderstood by, I need to find my purpose, I need to be of service with other people. These are not the right question to ask yourself. You're gonna get confused. You're not going to find your own way by asking yourself this question. The question should be, who is my authentic self? But I don't know who is my authentic self. That's a great answer. Find out. Experiment different things. That's how I found my authentic self. It's by not knowing. And that is exciting because, and by the way, this is your prediction for the month of March, pile number 3, explore in the month of March. You might not know, let's say that you want to become famous. Fine, great, or an actress, or a musician, or whatever. You gotta find your sound, right? You gotta find your aesthetic, your branding. This is extremely important when it comes down to entertainment careers of any kind, even content creation. You are not gonna find it. I mean, you can go to experts, color analysis, face shape, all of this, and they are great tools. They just are, period. Whether some people don't believe in color analysis, I do believe it's a great tool. But at some point, none of that advices matter if you don't experiment. You gotta try it. You gotta try different things, not being afraid to fail. Every successful artist failed in the process of finding themselves, and then you'll find it. I'm telling you, the more you experiment, the less stupid questions like, how can I help other people? Which is not a stupid question. I mean, if you want to help others, that's great. But you're going to help other people. You're going to be a light in their own life if you shine your light. And this is not selfishness. This is how this universe works, because we're all connected. And I can give you so many examples. And some people have many faces. Some people, think about somebody like Ariana Grande. She had many faces. Madonna had many faces. Lady Gaga had many faces. And this is also part of finding your own authenticity. We can think about Lana Del Rey, that initially she struggled under, she had a different name. In fact, at the beginning of her artistic career, she struggled finding maybe 100% her vision and her identity and what she wanted to communicate. And eventually she found it. When we think about vintage, femme fatale sort of music, immediately our mind goes to Lana Del Rey. The same goes to somebody like Sabrina Carpenter, that totally found her style and totally found her authenticity, and it took a while. It took a journey to get there. So pile number 3, long story short, whatever it is that you're doing in your life, be on the journey. It is exciting not to know, and it is exciting to find out what is your authentic will. And then when you shine your authentic light, or you are in the process of finding your authentic light because you are asking the right question to your mind, that I'm telling you, with whatever authentic thing that you're doing, you will create a ripple effect, and you will help other people, and you will be of service to other people. That's how it works, more than asking, what is my purpose? Which, by the way, if you want a little help finding out what might be your authentic will, I do offer reports where I channel from the astrology chart, and I do give reports on purpose, destiny, talents, and things that I feel you should focus upon according to your energy field. It's down below if you're interested. But now let's move on to the reading, because I've been already talking too much in the introduction. So pile number 3, you have actually an additional tarot card deck, so we got to talk about it. Wow. So we have the Queen of Arrows, pile number 3. This is your pile. If it's not, like, if you don't resonate, choose another pile. But this is your pile if you are a witch, if you are a creator, meaning YouTube, TikTok, anything like that, or a new platform that I don't know about. This is your pile if you want to become an actress, a singer, a musician, or anything that has to do with the entertainment business. The Queen of Arrows for me is one of my favorite cards. It does remind me of people that are creative, they're extremely attractive, they have that star quality within them, and they are able to attract larger crowds. Not only that, they could be witches because they are very capable of using their intuition, but it's their creativity and their passion to create, not only artistically speaking, pile number 3, but also to create on a manifestation point of view. So you might be having a natural advantage when it comes down to manifestation, because that's what you do. You're a natural at it. Now, we are all manifesting, every one of us, because that's law, and our reality mirrors our states of consciousness, whether we believe or not in the law. But some people are born, like some people are good at playing piano, and some people are good at tennis. Some people are born witches, or better, they are born to be good in a conscious manifestation. It just comes natural, it just comes easy to them, and there is a reason for it. Part of that reason is you are one of the people that came here on this planet to teach and to awaken others, and you can awaken other people with your form of art, not just by doing what I'm doing right now on YouTube. So if that is you, this is your reading, and this is also your encouragement, pile number 3, to continue, even though you might be misunderstood, we're going to talk about it in a second, but to continue on your pathway, to continue on this artistic pathway, no matter what people are saying. You were born for doing this, and maybe this is not not a prediction, but that's what you gotta hear in the month of March 2025. Then we have the Five of Bows, which is a card over here of empowerment. But the Five of Bows is also a card of misunderstanding and is a card of fighting challenges. One affirmation that you could do that can serve you a lot is, no matter what, I always overcome any of my challenges. But besides the affirmation, I feel that your artistic nature doesn't get understood, and you will always have to face, not bringing any limiting belief, but hear me out if it's resonating, you will always have to face criticism, you will always have to face misunderstanding, and a little bit of a fight from your audience or from people in general. But the reason that this is part of your destiny, because nobody that has created something great is being completely loved and understood at the beginning. And I feel, because you do have very strong scorpionic energy with the Death card and the journey, I feel that you are a bright light for the outcast. So it reminds me of Nirvana. Maybe you are a fan of Kurt Cobain or the band Nirvana. Maybe your music is very grungy, but besides the music or the kind of thing that you're doing, I feel that one of your purpose in life is to embrace the outcast. Not only the outcast that is inside of you, pile number one, but the fact that you're embracing the weirdo and the outcast that it's inside of you allows other people permission to love themselves when they cannot fit into society. A bit like Kurt did. And this is huge. You understand what I mean? That sometimes you torture yourself, pile number three, with the wrong question. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? You do not understand. Your journey is your purpose. Your entire life, and the fact that maybe you're blogging or diarying about your life, the unfoldment of your life is your purpose. And this is what brings empowerment not only to you, but to other people. This is the way you are serving others, is by being the weirdo that you are and being unapologetically yourself, which I feel with the Death card is definitely being a journey for you of death and rebirth. That's why I feel you connect a lot with the darker feminine, or just in general, the journey of the Death card. The journey of, I got a sentence for you that's going to be very powerful, pile number three. And I feel you're going to get more into your power talking about predictions in the month of March 2025. But there is a sentence that I heard that I think will resonate with you. Is much more powerful to be reborn than to be born. I know you will get it. You will understand, because you had many faces. You have been reborn so many times, and at each rebirth you become stronger and with a deeper awareness, and you do things that are unexpected that will always bring you on top, because of this mentality of the rebirth is stronger than being born. You just get it. You get what it means, the transitioning. You get what it means to transform. You get what it means to confront your shadows. And that's where your power lies. And that's how you empower other people. It's with this darkness. It's with this weirdness of you. And don't allow anyone to tell you that you should be different. No, you're going to be you no matter what. No matter how many faces you have. That's part of your journey. It's so powerful and very interesting. Talking about manifestations, it's the esoterico card of what you're manifesting, and I always have so many. The channeling is so weird because you give a title to the video, but then you gotta listen what spirit is saying, and the spirit goes everywhere. If you notice channelers, especially those that are not in hypnosis, but they're just like free flowing like I do, they get all over the place because spirit is so... It's so difficult. It talks, maybe you need to hear this because maybe you're also a channeler and you experience this and you think you're crazy. You're not crazy. The way spirit talks is like a chorus. So if you're into music, you have a solo singer, that is your ego, and then you get spirit. Spirit talks to you like it's a lot of people singing in a choir chorus, can you say that, in a choir, and so everything is very harmonic. The message is one, but it's got loads of harmonies in it, and so you have to translate it when you're channeling as a solo, and it's not super easy to do because you need a choir to actually make you understand what they mean. That's how it is. That's how it is channeling, and that's why sometimes it's confusing. Besides that, you got the shaman card. This could be an indication that in past life you were a shaman, or you were connected with psychic abilities, intuition, magic, definitely healing abilities. You definitely still have all of them in this lifetime. And also, again, this is a card that does say that you just are natural, because you have done this in so many previous incarnations where you were helping other people with your intuition, with your healing abilities, with magic, good or bad, that it might have been in the past, but you did it. You're very versatile in esotericism, and you just find it easy to manifest. But it's all done on purpose, because you're supposed to be seen. You're born to be a leader. You're born to be seen. I cannot translate it in any other way. You're not supposed to work in an office. No offense for who does, but you wouldn't even be able to, with your appearance and with the way, and this is no offense, but just with the way that you are, because you're meant to be seen. Like, some people are just meant to be artists, and that's all that is to it. Everybody's got their own talent, right? And so you're meant to be seen. And the reason why you're meant to lead and you're meant to be seen by a younger crowd, by the way, is because, like I said, you validate how they feel. You make them feel seen, especially in an era where now it seems like we were moving forward, pile number 3, into understanding one another, understanding identity, understanding various pathways, and respecting one another. We were going so great on that side, and now we're going backwards for some reason, which there is, this is the pendulum, it goes back and forth, because by going backwards, we are also realizing deeper values of family, what matters in life, a simpler life. This is all great. But at the same time, we're losing a bit the acceptance and respect, and the fact that people might go back to not feeling seen if they're weird or they're different. And you provide just that to people. You provide that it can feel seen by your mistake, by your journey, by you not being perfect, by you being that dark feminine energy. Whoever you are, doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter the genre even of music that you're doing. So what is happening in the month of March? Oh my God, it's a lot. Listen, like I said, I do see with this 5 of Bows a little bit of challenges. Maybe people talking badly to you, not understanding, challenges that are produced by the fight that you have with people that don't understand you, whoever those people might be. However, the month of March is going to be a little bit on the heavier side with the Death card, because you are in this process of shedding, and you're in this process, pile number 3, of retransforming yourself and being reborn. So it takes a while to be reborn, and it is, it's ups and downs. It's not super easy. That's all good and fine. But at the same time, by the end of March, and I didn't say, you probably know this already, but there are some weird transit in the month of March. We have Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. This is a lot of chaos, and you're doing all of this transformation in the midst of the chaos. God bless you, sweetheart. You're going to be fine though, because by the time that it's going to be April, I am seeing you stronger. I am seeing you more empowered, and I am seeing you're not going to be discovered yet. I know that that's what you want. You get there eventually. I feel your path is also a path of independency, so being an independent artist, but you never know in life. But I am seeing that by the time that you end March and that you're going to be in April, there is a lot of more awareness. There is you feeling a lot stronger about what you are, and you having this position of authority in your field, that you're, like I said, you're transitioning from maybe even one audience to another one. You're just transitioning, and you are in the process of transitioning. You're afraid that you're not going to be on top again. No, you're establishing that once again, and that's all supposed to be, because you're supposed to be seen. Love that. Very interesting energy. I actually do have an oracle card for you. Oh, I love that. We do have the eternal bond. So if you've been looking for love, which I know this reading is not being about that, but if you have been looking for love, I am seeing that you are going to find it. You're going to find your soulmate, and it's just another weirdo like you. And they're always were there energetically. And it took you a while to find this person because it took you a while to really recognize yourself. It's gonna happen. And for some of you, you guys want motherhood with the eternal bond. If you are already a mom, this is a bond that will last forever. You have a very good relationship with your children. And even if you have been dealing with difficult times with them, they will always go back to you. This is your eternal bond. And for those of you who want to become mothers, it will happen with the eternal bond. I do see a child that has chosen you as their divine mother or caregiver in this life. It's going to happen. I would say give it a max of 3 years. I know it sounds like a huge time. It's not. Many of you are very young still. But besides being young, I mean, that's how I see it. A max, top 3 years, and this soul is going to incarnate into your life. I know this reading is this wasn't very much March, but it's more about in general what you needed to hear. But hey, I can't control what Spirit is telling me to tell you. So take it or leave it. Take it only if it resonates with you. Thank you so much, pile number 3, for watching. I will see you eventually next month for another monthly prediction or energy checkup. Remember, private readings are down below, and I'm going to see you also on my other channel, Naya, for esoteric and manifestation content. I love you guys. Bye.